Alright, man, peace. Just want to give a shout out to the Chronicles of Judah 144. Come on back to Patreon, bro. I'm waiting on you. Love you too, brother. Hope everything going good with you and your family. So let's get into the subject. Roy Jones Jr. and Floyd Mayweather. The beef that started not too long ago. I'm not going to call it a beef because I don't think they dislike each other. But we definitely going to be seeing on other podcasts, live streams, people giving their opinion, calling it beef. But it is a situation. And because Floyd Mayweather is one of my favorite boxers of all time, and I got him in the top 10. Roy Jones is one of my favorite fighters of all time. I don't have him in the top 10, but he's close. I have to address this, and it's crazy. So it all started when Roy Jones Jr. Was talking to Andre Ward, and Andre Ward was asking him about Sugar Ray Leonard and Floyd Mayweather. And for you people who follow me on Facebook, y'all know that I think Sugar Ray Leonard is the greatest fighter of all times. Not just welterweight or middleweight. I think he's the greatest ever because of his resume, beating Tommy Hearns, beating Roberto Duran and making him quit, and beating marvelous Marvin Hagler. Even though you brothers out there who hate on Sugar Ray, and you have a man crush for Marvin Hagler, especially a lot of you older cats who love boxing, you think that Hagler beat Sugar Ray, but go ahead and get over it. He didn't beat him. Sugar Ray Leonard had more power punches. He landed more punches in general. And you go back and look at the end of the fight after they made the decision. You look at Marvin Hagler's face. He had the big old bump over the eye that was tremendously big, and Sugar Ray didn't have a scratch on his face. So you got the beat up face by Marvin Hagler. You got more punches landed by Sugar Ray and more power punches landed, and he just tore him up with the jab and footwork all night. So you got that. Who you got the winner? Sugar Ray. But anyway, so Roy Jones Jr. said that he felt that Sugar Ray Leonard would beat Floyd Mayweather. I feel the same way. But Roy Jones said a little bit more. I don't feel it was disrespectful. It was just his opinion and perspective on Floyd Mayweather. And y'all can go on YouTube and check it out. Check out that interview that Andre Ward and Roy Jones had. And like I said, it wasn't no disrespect in my opinion. Roy Jones just gave his opinion about Floyd Mayweather, and if him and Sugar Ray ever fought, who he thought would win. But my whole perspective on it, the reason why I'm making this video, everything that goes on in the social media, man, is esoteric. And YouTube, like I've been telling you, brother, for a long time, YouTube is just as big as regular TV. So what you see go on now in the media that sparks controversy for the most part, a lot of that stuff be contrived, man, and it be a motive behind it. And hold on one second, move this out the way. It be motives behind these things, and in my view, like I said in another video, in a previous video I did on Floyd Mayweather, all this that's going on in the media when it comes to Floyd, different opinions on him, him going bankrupt, Terrence Crawford, if he beat Canelo Alvarez, would be greater than Floyd Mayweather. Everything that's going on, man, for the most part, when it comes to Floyd in the news or on social media in general, it's because they finished with him. Floyd ain't never been the type of guy who talked about racism all the time, talked about the white man all the time. For the most part, especially for the last, I'm going to say, 10 years, he's been an alpha male when it comes to women. He don't put the women above him anymore like he used to. He used to be putting up these women in apartments and houses and stuff, and then they end up wanting to get out the relationship, and he end up getting into it, domestic violence situations and domestic disputes and stuff. But for the last 10 years, he's been pretty good with women, and he know now. Look, if I spend money on these women, I just charge it up to the game. So now Floyd don't put these women before him, man, and the powers that be, they're finished with him. So people like Roy Jones Jr., when they come out and they say these things, man, they know, and this is just my perspective, they know what's going on social media and in the world today when it comes to Floyd Mayweather and his status. They see what's going on with him. And Roy Jones Jr., just like most of you guys know, that the powers that be don't like Floyd because of all the stuff that I just said. They don't like him because of those things. And if they can find a current fighter, that can that they can say is better than him, they would do it right quick. You know what I'm saying? Because they felt that his last 6 or 7 fights in his career, he just ran, which he did. He just displayed skills. You know what I'm saying? Just like Tom Brady and Bill Belichick in football. They can beat you running the ball 1 minute, then they can beat you high scoring 1 minute, smash mouth 1 minute. They outthink you, and that's how they beat you. So that's how Floyd Mayweather was his last, I'll say, 6 or 7 years, as a pro, as a fighter. So they want to dismantle his legacy because a lot of people, a lot of boxing aficionados, they think that Floyd is in the top 5, because of how, the skill set that he have and his perfect record. And he has beat the most championship fighters out of any fighter in history. So they're done with Floyd Mayweather, in my opinion. So I think that's why a lot of stuff going on with him. And they use people like Roy Jones Jr., nothing against him, just speaking my perspective. They use him to put water on, to put fumes to the fire and make it worse than what it is. And with him saying this, giving his perspective about Sugar Ray, and if Terrence Crawford beat Canelo, a lot of analysts, a lot of people in the media on television don't like Floyd. It's going to start saying that Terrence Crawford was a better boxer than Floyd Mayweather, and it's coming because, in my opinion, I'm picking Terrence Crawford to beat Canelo anyway. And for the most part, not because I really think he's better than Canelo. In my opinion, I think it's fixed for him to beat Canelo. That's just my personal opinion on that. But yeah, so that's what's going on. So what Floyd Mayweather did, he reacted quietly, and he went on his Instagram, and he was showing fights when when Roy Jones Jr. got knocked out. So instead of him just doing a video with him giving his opinion on Roy Jones Jr., he just made random videos on his Instagram with him watching the big television screen of Roy Jones being knocked out. And I thought that was kind of funny. But if you are gonna, clap back at somebody, you do it in a, in a positive way, man, in a nice way. You don't have to say anything negative about the person. You just, do it in a way that, look, okay, if you want to give your opinion about me and what you think about me as a fighter, I'm gonna show you, that you wasn't on my level. So I'm gonna show you got knocked out. And I never been knocked out. I never lost. So I think Floyd went about doing it the right way. And I don't think that should spark any kind of beef. That's just Floyd giving his perspective, showing what, like, look, this your opinion about me, but I don't think you on my level. You don't, you not only did you lose a couple of times, you got knocked out. I never been knocked out. And you don't have the resume that I have, Roy Jones. I mean, so everybody got their own opinion about who they think the best between Roy Jones and and Floyd. I mean, I think it's very close, but I'm taking Floyd, by a little bit. But at the end of the day, that's what I think this is all about. It doesn't have anything about trying to get boxing to be exciting again and people being excited about paying attention to boxing again and all that stuff. In my view, that don't have anything to do with that. These two retired fighters, man, and in my view, there's nothing Floyd or Roy Jones can do to bring boxing back to the glory days. So, I don't think it's going to be a so-called beef that's going to last long, if it's one. I just think it's just another way of everybody coming down on Floyd, for different reasons. And with Terrence Crawford coming, getting ready to beat Canelo, that's going to give more people, more boxers ammunition to attack Floyd. When it comes to his legacy of him being the greatest, or where he ranked all time as one of the greatest. So that's my take on it, brothers. That's all I got to say about it. It's really not no big deal to me. I'm not gonna, make no 30 minutes, hour video on this. I'm just here to get my perspective on it, let you know it's a little bit deeper than what you just hear, and we'll see. We'll see in upcoming months or so if I was right or anything. Because I'm telling you, Floyd Mayweather is not gonna be on that level he was on anymore, like he used to be when it comes to the television and social media and just in general. They're finished with him. That's my boy. I love watching him fight when he was in his prime. But when the powers that be get finished with you, they get finished with you. Now he gonna have his money. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about him losing his money or nothing like that. But as far as them using him as a celebrity that kids look up to and promote him as a role model and having him on the front line like Jay-Z and Beyonce and all them, nah, them days over with. They're finished with him. I hope I'm wrong, but we'll see. I'm out of here, brother. Peace.